Chelsea are going to a European final, again. But this one, it's all about the future. Enzo Maresca's bold, youthful Blues cruised past Djurgården to book their spot in the Conference League final.
So congratulations, you're through to the Conference League final. How are you feeling?
Yeah, very happy, very happy. The first step is done, job is done tonight, and now we can, we have almost 20 days to prepare the final, and yeah, hopefully we can win this trophy.
Yeah. How do you assess that 1-0 winning performance?
No, it's overall we try to, I think it was good performance. Many young players. We finished with Reggie 08, Shimi 07, Genesis 07. Josh 06, Ty 06. I mean, it's almost a second team. So very happy for the young boys and very happy to reach the final.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can question your confidence in the academy. Let's talk about Reggie Walsh. We were looking at him, obviously, the first game that he started for you this season. How do you think he did?
Yeah, how good is, eh? You can see it's a good player. It's good. He's that kind of player that we like. Very good. He understands how to move a little bit. For sure, it's very young. He has many things to improve, to work hard. Now it's important for him to continue, studying and grow.
Also noticed how calm he was. I mean, is that credit to you and the staff for the environment that you put around him, that he can come into his debut and feel so composed?
Yeah, no, because first of all, he's good player. He's young, but he's a good player. For sure, he has to do many things better, but very happy for him, very happy for his family, and he has to enjoy this moment.
Some of these 5 players you mentioned, they've got a chance to win something in their breakthrough season. How important is it that they go and grab it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's important for them, it's important for us, it's important for the rest. Now, as I said, now we have 3 more Premier League games before the final. We can be focused on that, and then hopefully we can win the title.
5 wins in a row. You've said about creating a winning mentality. Momentum is obviously with you. Could you be in a better place mentally as a team to face the challenges that are forthcoming?
We are in a good mood, a good run of results. But now we have 1 more game in almost 72 hours, less than 72 hours. So we need to be focused on the next one.
You go to Newcastle on a big high. Just how big a game is that for Chelsea?
Huge game. It's a huge game. Now we have 3 more games, as I said, and they are all important.
Thank you very much, Enzo. Congratulations.
European final and the chance now to complete the set and win all 4 European trophies. It was also a big night, wasn't it, for young Reggie Walsh, 16 years of age, his first senior start for Chelsea. Tell us how he did. Were you impressed?
Very impressed. Again, what I was impressed most with was just how calm he was and his decision making, his composure, his ability to just make the right choice look very simple, make his game look very simple. I think he was the most fouled player in the first half. Within 5 minutes of the second half, he'd been fouled twice from taking the ball in tight areas and making yourself available all the time. He's an underrated skill. And often you hear coaches talk about bravery. That is being brave, just wanting the ball, especially at 16. I don't ever remember, Joe is different to me, but I don't remember having that level of composure in my career, never mind at 16, especially in a daunting European semi-final.
I mean, how easy, how difficult is that to have that confidence and have that attitude on a night like tonight? Enzo Maresca compared him a little bit to you, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Julian's right. Everything he'd done today was very cool, calm and collected, and he'll never forget tonight. With young players, no matter they perform for you in training, and then you think to yourself, right, we'll put them in, but you just don't know what's going to happen between the years when they're on the pitch. Are they going to sink? Are they going to swim? It's a completely different skill set. I've seen some fantastic players in youth team football that every time they got their chance, they just fluffed their lines and they couldn't do it because it means it's something that you don't know. So Enzo would have been confident, but he would have known. Now, after watching Reggie, you watch him go, right, great technician, wonderful character, handles the ball, knows tactically what he's doing. So it's a big tick for him. Now he can start his career and it'll be a wonderful night for him and his family.
I mean, you wonder what other 16-year-olds are doing tonight. It's quite incredible.
Playing Xbox.
Yeah, Championship Manager or FIFA. But, I saw you nodding your head when Kieran Dewsbury Hall was basically saying, I just told him to go out and play the football that's got him here. Yeah. That's easier said than done though, isn't it?
It's easier said than done, and every young player will, you'll hear the same messages from the managers going, just you're here for it because you're on merit and all that. But you don't know until they're out there, until they receive the ball, until they feel the tension in the crowd. Are they going to make it bigger in their mind than what it is? That it's just a game. And the ones that have got the ability that can just go, right, they can block off everything in between these white lines and just go, I'm going to do what I do. And he managed to do that tonight, and that's a big credit to him and his character, because there is some young players who just can't get over that line.
And we saw him, didn't we, just next to our studio set, actually, getting photographs taken, video messages with people in the crowd, whether they were his own friends or just fans. But a lovely moment for him, 16 years of age. It's so special.
Oh, again, and I think it's a moment he would have anticipated, but probably not so soon in his life, never mind his career. Like, to be 16, and like I said, he's got other things going on off the field in terms of GCSE, so to have this level of composure and just look like he's played here for years, and that wasn't his debut, is his 100th game, and like Joe said, you never quite know with young players. You can get out there and do they have the emotional balance to just stay calm, but he definitely had that.
I mean, on balance of the way Enzo has dealt with this squad, I mean, he has the very real possibility of being in a squad that wins a European trophy, being in a squad that has gone to the final, whether or not he starts or comes on. Quite incredible, really.
It's tough competition. We talked about it in the midfield, but it's like, just going back to tonight, when his head hits the pillow, like, because you talk about the journey from being a young 7-8-year-old at the club, and you're looking up, and you every step's close, and then all of a sudden the manager knocks on your door and says you're in the squad, and then you're coming on, then you're starting. And then, all of that journey that you've gone on with your family, with your friends, all of the ups and the downs, it's all down to this minute. And then it happens, and it will feel to him like it's gone by, he'll be probably with his family and his friends now. And when his head hits the pillow, he'll be like that, I'm a Chelsea player now, and it'll be amazing for him. He won't, he'll never forget tonight.
I wonder when he found out that he was playing, like last night, or how Enzo.
That's also a key factor is when you tell them, because if you tell him yesterday and then does he go home and then he doesn't sleep, or do you just wait until today and let him know? But again, in regards to what Joe said, there'll be moments like 2 years ago he probably was training on a Thursday night, training in the academy, and all of a sudden you fast forward 2 years and now he's starting in a semi-final.
Yeah, well, I think Reece James is coming along to speak to us. He's looking a bit reluctant right now, but I think he's coming in just a moment. Oh, he's waiting. Josh Achampong's going to come in and join us as well. Hello, Reece. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Okay.
Good.
A European finalist once again. Congratulations. How pleased are you to have navigated this tie safely, get there for yourself and for the other players?
No, I think we're happy. We're in another final, but it's probably something we expected coming into the game, and we expect to win the competition as well.
And Josh has just stepped in. Hello, Josh. Congratulations into the final. How enjoyable have you found this competition this season?
No, definitely. It's been really enjoyable. A chance to play at Stamford Bridge on away, so it's been good.
I mean, you've been impressed, haven't you?
Yeah, they've been brilliant. Josh has been brilliant. Reece is coming back into the team over the season. I'll ask you, Reece, you seem to be getting better and stronger every time I watch you. How important has it been, this run, to get back to your best? And do you enjoy that sort of role in the midfield as well?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I spent a lot of time, on the sidelines, and this is probably, my longest spell being healthy, in probably 2 or 3 seasons. So I'm happy to be playing on a regular basis, and helping the team where I can.
Oh, Josh, we've seen you play in multiple positions tonight, so well done. That's a factor. But where do you see yourself developing mostly?
I'm not sure at the moment. I don't really mind where I play, as long as I can be on the pitch. I don't really mind.
Reece, just going back to you, we were talking earlier, we were talking about the Champions League final, that great night out in Portugal in 2021. You're the only one left from here. Do you feel, now you're the captain of the club, do you feel the club's going in the right direction now to get us back to days like that? And then how buzzing is everyone in the dressing room? Because it's a fantastic achievement, another European final.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're definitely moving in the right direction. We're knocking on the door for Champions League next season. We're in and around it. The table's tight. And, I have no doubts. We had a big result against Liverpool, and hopefully we can, keep momentum going and finish off the last 3 games strong.
Josh, what about the faith the manager has shown in you? How has it been playing for Enzo this season? We've seen in this competition he's given a lot of youngsters an opportunity, but you particularly, he said he's in love with you. That must be music to your ears.
Yeah, no, it gives me a lot of confidence, to be honest. So every time I get on the pitch, I kind of want to repay him and try my best. So yeah.
And you've obviously been rewarded with a new contract. You've committed your future here as well. What does that mean to you? And does that give you that freedom to just concentrate on football now?
Yeah, I think definitely just concentrate being at Chelsea. I love the club, so as long as I can stay here my whole life, I'll do it.
I mean, Reece, you're still relatively young, maybe not so much in football terms compared to some of the youngsters that you're playing alongside, but from your perspective, what is it like captaining this team when there has been such an influx of academy players as well? It's fantastic to see for the fans, but even for you, just managing them and helping them through the experience.
Yeah, no, it's great to help them. It's great to see so many academy lads coming through. I was once in Josh's position here with but a lot more older players in my team when I broke in. I know, they're amazing talents, and that's why they're here. Yeah. And I help them where I can.
And what about young Reggie Walsh? What a day it's been for him, his first senior start. And I mean, the guys have been waxing lyrical just about the way he handled the occasion.
Yeah, to be fair, I've seen him in training lots, but training in games is different. This is the first time I actually seen him playing a game, and I was like, fucking hell. Sorry about that.
Apologies for any bad language there.
I didn't realise, how good he actually was, because training is training, and you can't judge too much on what you see on training.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Josh, you must have played with them before the academy as well, but. For him coming in at 16, I mean, you were only, I think, 19 on Monday, is that right? Yeah, happy birthday, belated for you. But, just for him to come in, did you have any words to try and help him on his first start?
To be honest, it's the first time I played with Reggie as well. Even though I'm young, he's a lot younger than me.
Right.
So I just said to him, be confident. I've watched him before, so I just said, whatever you do in 18s, 21s, just try and replicate it here. It's pretty much the same. Just play your game, to be honest. So, yeah.
And what would it mean to you, 19 years of age, to go and lift a European trophy with Chelsea? You're just one game away now.
Yeah, I think it's a dream, to be fair. I didn't think that I'd get so far in such a short space of time. So if I can lift the trophy, I'll be really excited and really happy.
Yeah.
And, Reece, to complete the set as well, I mean, I know you've lifted the Champions League and there's huge aspirations for the club to get one of those spots for next season, but to finish this season on a high and complete the European trophies, it would be a really special achievement for the whole club.
Yeah, for sure. Winning the trophy will be a huge achievement, but we can't dwell on that. We have other targets as well that we need to finish off in the Champions League space as well, or it could be disappointing for next season, considering how well we've done. We started the season so well. We had a little blip, which most of the teams did as well around us, and hopefully we can finish strong now. And a huge game on Sunday, isn't it? Brilliant result last weekend, but it's a case of recovering now and going again. Yeah, that's it. Newcastle, St James's Park is a tough place to go. I've played there numerous times and had difficult games, difficult results. I know we will rest up now and focus on that game. Yeah, well, we wish you the very best of luck. Congratulations once again, and a belated happy birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. There, you can also see that Newcastle game live. How does it feel to be in a Conference League final?
Yeah, amazing. We set our sights out at the start of the season to get as far as we can in this tournament. So, it's been a long couple of months, but one more game to go. Hopefully, we can lift that trophy. What would you say of the performance tonight? It was very patient, but you got a decisive goal. Talk us through that. Yeah, like you said, it was a game where we had to be patient in a block. So thankfully, I seen a little bit of space, went through. Ty played me a lovely ball, showed a little bit of composure, and it was nice to get the goal. So you've done it 5-1 on aggregate. You won the championship with Leicester, obviously. What will it mean to you to win a major European trophy? It'd mean everything. Look, I ain't going to sugarcoat it. A lot of people would have said at the start of the season we need to win this, but I have to say if we do win this, we deserve a lot of credit because I know what football's like. It's not easy. There's tens of teams in this tournament, hundreds of players trying to win it. So I think if we do win it, which I hope we can, I think the lads and the staff deserve a lot of credit because we've had pressure from the first match day and we've been professional, we've been dedicated, and now we've got one more game. And it's a night that punctuates the club's youth policy. There were 5 academy players that got minutes today. What kind of responsibility what role do you play in helping them to perform as well as they can? Yeah, like you said, I'm just here to try and guide them. Look, we had Reggie playing today who's 16 years old, that's mental, and look, he was fantastic, composed, and my job's just to say to them, look, play the game that got you here. Don't make it too big of an occasion, and you've seen that with the players that played. and the players that came on. Very composed, very calm, and look, that's a credit to the academy.
Kieran, big congratulations and thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Brilliant stuff there, great insight into just how the other players helped young Reggie Walsh tonight for his first start. We have to pay credit as well to Djurgården, because here's their players saluting their fans who have not stopped all night.
Do you know what, Dodzy, this is what the tournament's about. This club, what an achievement. They've done themselves proud tonight, the way they equipped themselves.
In the other semi-final, we're into the dying seconds of injured these Djurgården fans, and they're still going.
I'm looking at.
Imagine if they got to the final,
mate. Incredible. Do you know what? I was saying, if you're a player and you're playing for these, that'll give you extra fire in your belly. That is incredible support.
The Chelsea fans have all left. They're already preparing for the Conference League final in Poland, but the Djurgården fans are thoroughly enjoying their day out here at Stamford Bridge, despite now being out of the competition. Let's just touch on Chelsea again, though, because it was the objective, wasn't it, at the start of the season? They came through the qualifying and they're into the final. It's now one more push. It could be a phenomenal next 3 weeks for this club if they can get the results they want.
Massive 3 weeks for the club. It's great to see the performance is really picking up in the last 4 games. I thought tonight was decent job done, performance-wise. But the 3 previous performances, Liverpool, Everton, and over there in Sweden, I thought were really good. I think Lavia coming back in the Premier League team has really solidified the midfield. So really promising. I think if Chelsea were to make Champions League and win this competition in Enzo Maresca's first season in charge, I think that is going to be a brilliant season for the club. And you're looking at the players and the way they're moving the ball, Jolien, and their body language. They look confident, they look up for it. Sunday now is going to be a massive game, and Chelsea going with momentum.
Josh just mentioned Lavia obviously coming back to fitness, and he that has been such a plus for the manager. But what else do you feel has been the difference for Chelsea in these past couple of weeks that has just elevated the level of performance?
Confidence comes from results, performances as well. They all play a part. Momentum, change, and what's at stake. You get to the business end of the season, regardless of the objective at the start and the way other teams outside of this club or other people outside of this club probably played down the Conference League. When you get to the semi-finals of any competition, you want to win, and you have the opportunity to become the first team to complete Europe and win every trophy, the Conference League, Europa League, Champions League. So there's a real opportunity here for these players to create history for this club and English football. So when you get down to the business end of the season, that's what you're looking at.
I mean, that's a phenomenal achievement. I know clubs at the start of the season say perhaps this is not the competition they want to be in, but you're in it. You may as well go and win it.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, clubs, it goes in cycles. Like Chelsea have won the Champions League, and the last 2 decades have been full of success and trophies. The club is where it's at the moment. There's a rebuild, there's a transitional period. Time will tell whether this project works. And for it, time will tell and trophies will tell. Because ultimately it's about putting them in the cabinet. And that's what's around. So this one to start, what that will give this club in terms of confidence, belief, the players, the manager, it just gives them convictions in what they're doing. They need to enjoy tonight because they've done themselves credit. Everyone, the club, the players, the staff, enjoy tonight. Sunday is the start of the running, the real start of the running, and if they get that right, go into the Conference League final having qualified for the Champions League off their back, then it'll be a great night. And I think you can see the ship slowly turning back to success for Chelsea. It's a cracking night for the club.
I'm sure they want to win the Conference League and qualify for the Champions League, but for you, which is more important?
It's a difficult one. From a club's perspective, they're going to say Champions League. From a player's perspective, you're going to say the conference, because at the end of the day, when you retired, you don't count how many times you played in the Champions League or how many times you qualified in the Champions League. You count your trophies. So again, for me personally, if I was a player, I would want to win this competition and then let the league take care of itself if I had to pick one.
I mean, I think Reece James is the only player still here that won the Champions League back in 2021. So totally supports the comment that you've just made about this being such a transitional period for the club.
Which such huge success. Sorry, huge change from 21 to 25. Only Reece James is here from that team that won and lifted the Champions League. And by the way, that team was still off it in terms of where they were in the league. They wasn't challenging completely for years and years. They've done incredible. It's one of the biggest achievements in European football. I think they was brilliant that night. But that just shows you the amount of instability that the club's gone through, the owners
That's what they
and
need
all
to
that.
get right, because if you look at that team and that squad, they had a lot of exciting talent. Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, there was Callum Hudson-Odoi. There was a lot of talent in that squad that we expected to go on and have great careers at Chelsea. That hasn't happened, so they need to get this period right and not make sure that they go on and have relatively success in Champions League qualification and winning the Conference League, but keep the squad together and develop these group of players as Chelsea players.
But that's true, Charlie. Like, you see, think about 21 to 25 when you win the Champions League, and to have that much turnover of players, turnover of owners. The club's gone through a real tumultuous tumultuous time, and it needs to be cleverly navigated from now over the next 3 years.
But managers can happen. You expect managers to change, but that group of players, that's one contract. It's only 4 years, so you expect them to be here longer than one contract. So that's the thing I would look at and think, we need to get that right.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this Conference League has given so many players a huge opportunity to make their mark in the blue of Chelsea, and Kieran Dewsbury-Hall has certainly done that this season. He just joined the club last summer and he has been a consistent performer in this competition for Chelsea. He got the only goal of the game tonight, and this is a really nicely worked move, isn't it?
Julian shouted just before this happened, he said we need runners from midfield, he'd find in pockets. It's such a beautiful run. First was a great ball in by Tosin, Tyreek George, lovely way to pass, and it's all about Dewsbury-Hall's quick feet.
Yeah, great composure. Someone that's probably found himself in there numerous times last season for Leicester, but then for Chelsea this year, and especially in this competition, as you said, mate, he's very composed in front of goal, and he's been super effective in this competition.
Yeah, I think he's a proper player, man.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the goal, was it? His actual overall game. I mean, we heard from him post-match about the way he approached it, but his actual overall involvement tonight was very, very good.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's a proper footballer. He scored his 4 goals for Chelsea in this competition. You know, that's because he's played mainly in this competition. It's difficult. He's £300 million midfielders he's trying to dislodge. It's very difficult. All you can do is do things like this. Be busy, be bright. You know, he's strong, he holds the ball well, he drives with the ball. He does everything well. Every facet of his game, he does well for a midfielder. The only difficult thing is, you'd arguably say Enzo Fernandez, Argentina midfielder, Lavia, the most exciting young player in the country, and Casado, 100 minutes. It's very difficult to get into this Chelsea team, and he's done everything right, and he was brilliant tonight.
That's the thing. He probably hasn't done as well as he expected, but like Joe said, he's done everything right, but he hasn't done anything wrong, and that's also important. The fact that when you're given opportunities and you are frustrated as a player from not playing week in, week out, when you do get your opportunity, you have moments like this.
Yeah, it's a great finish. Like I knew he was a good player before he came. I didn't know he had that type of final third sharpness and quick feet. Like he can play the dual role. He can be an 8 or he can be a 10 or a 6. He can do everything. It's very healthy competition for Chelsea in that midfield area.
Yeah, it certainly is, and versatility. We know managers absolutely love it. The bottom line for Chelsea tonight, though, is they're in the...
Reece, first of all, congratulations through to another European final. What does that mean to you?
No, it's an amazing feeling. You know, playing in Europe is, you know, where the clubs belongs, and you know, we're happy to be in another final, and hopefully we can, you know, finish off well.
Fascinating game today, and the atmosphere was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, the atmosphere was electric. You know, their fans are great. Our fans was, you know, amazing as well, and you know, hopefully they can continue that, you know, for the last few games.
What sort of game were you expecting today, having already beaten them 4-1 in the first leg?
No, I think they came here having not much to lose. You know, we knew the game was going to be tough. The game was going to start fast, and we just had to prepare. You know, we had a similar problem, I should say. You know, when we went, we had a nice advantage, and then we came here and took our foot off the gas, and then we found the game, you know, tough. So we learnt from that, and you know, we started the game much better today.
Once again, this competition has proven a fantastic opportunity for some of the academy boys to come through. That was evident again. How impressed were you with some of the young lads' performances tonight?
Yeah, no, they amazing academy. You know, producing amazing players. You know, Reggie Watson, Reggie Walsh actually.
Yeah.
Amazing. You know, I was surprised. You know, I've never seen him play before. You know, I've trained with him many times, but no, he was phenomenal today.
90 minutes. He didn't look out of place, did he?
No. I spoke to him a bit before the game, and throughout the game, I tried to help him. I just said, you know, do what you do. You know, play as if, you know, you're playing youth level, and you know, you'll enjoy.
You're still so young, but as club captain, do you feel that responsibility as one of the senior players now in this sort of environment?
Yeah, for sure. I'm one of the senior players when I have 16-year-olds playing next to me. For sure, I have 9 years on him. So yeah, I feel like I'm, one of the experienced ones.
Focusing on you though, 90 minutes of close to for you again tonight. I mean, how are you feeling? How's the strength? How's the fitness? How are you enjoying things at the moment?
Yeah, I'm building game on game. This is the most I've played in 2 or 3 seasons. So I'm happy, and I can hopefully continue. Helping the team when I'm needed.
Does the positional change and that versatility help as well?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a definite answer on your question, but wherever I can help the team and affect the game, I will do my best.
And you're growing in stature and strength. That's such an important part of the season. It does feel like every game is a cup final, doesn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, for sure. And at the end of the season is crunch time. There's so many teams around us in the league that are so close. Every game means the world to us at the moment, and that starts on Sunday.
I was going to say, what's the plan between now and the weekend? Because that is another huge game, isn't it?
The plan is to rest, sleep, because we're going to need to run lots.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Top man. Well done. Enzo, first of all, huge congratulations through to another European final. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, very important for me, but especially for the club, for the fans. It's European competition, it's final. Now we are there, and we're going to try to win this title.
How difficult was it to prepare for tonight's game, knowing that you're already 4-1 up from the first leg?
Yeah, it's the first leg result has been very important because give us the chance to prepare the game, thinking about also manage players. Tonight you see we finished the game with Reggie 08, Genesis 07, Shimi 07, Josh and Tai 06. It's almost second team, so and we manage a little bit of the team.
Incredibly young team. I mean, the starting 11, I think the average age was 22.8 or something like that. But for Reggie to come into a team like this, at a moment like this, what can you say about his character and his composure?
No, he's that kind of player that is perfect for our style, the way we want to play. He's good on the ball, he's intelligent, he's clever, he knows exactly how to move. So it's very good for the academy, and now he has to continue to study, improve, grow, and then we see.
Speaking of young players, another impressive night for Josh Achampong, playing in 3 positions. Is that versatility so important for you, for him as well?
Yeah, absolutely. For him especially, because he can be a better player every day, but even for us, because we can use him in different positions. Josh is very good also because he's very intelligent, he's humble, he's polite, work hard, so it's good for the young players.
It's incredible at just 24. Reece James is one of the more senior players, but again, another important outing for him today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it has been very important tonight, and he has been very important all season. Even when he was injured, he helped us a lot. Now he's helping us also playing minutes. He's there, and we are very happy that he's fit.
The atmosphere was incredible, quite surreal tonight. How did that affect the team and the performance?
No, we when we play at home, now unfortunately we have just one more game at home against United, then the 2 more games and the final away. But for sure the day that we're going to play at home, they're going to be again pushing us.
Speaking of the final, we now know it's Real Betis that you'll face in Poland. What do you make of that? What do you think of them as an opponent?
Yeah, now it's not a matter of to enjoy.
Stamford Bridge was the stage, but this felt more like a preview of Chelsea's future. With 10 changes from the side that beat Premier League champions Liverpool, and a first senior start for 16-year-old Reggie Walsh, Maresca showed faith in the academy. Still, Chelsea were never in danger, leading 4-1 from the first leg in Sweden. And it was Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall who killed off any hope for Djurgården, slotting in smartly after Tariq George picked him out on the edge of the box. 1-0 on the night, 5-1 on aggregate. In the second half, more names from the academy stepped in. Shim Muka, 17. Genesis Antwi, also 17. With Reggie Walsh already impressing in midfield, the message was clear. Chelsea's next generation is not coming. They're already here. So now, it's on to Wrocław, Poland on May 28, where Chelsea will meet either Fiorentina or Real Betis in the Conference League final. It's the Blues' 8th major European final, and their first since the 2021 Champions League triumph over Manchester City. For Enzo Maresca, it's a shot at his first trophy as a head coach, and a chance to deliver Chelsea's first silverware of the post-Abramovich era. A dominant semi-final, young stars breaking through, and a European final on the horizon. Chelsea fans, is this the start of something big under Maresca? Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more European action right here on Sport Lab.